I guess that nobody got the memo to put 5 men on Eden Hazard. But even if Liverpool should have been punished for them not really putting the whole army on Hazard, they got away with it because the Ridge is better than Harry Kane. He's better than Harry Kane. I mean, let's just start with that. He's better than Harry Kane. But we'll get to that absolutely incredible, fantastic goal. So, yet again, a very good game. Yet again, a very good game. And this was now best team, there's best team, 18 versus 18. And I felt that tactically, Chelsea had the better of them. It was a very equal game. 50% possession. Both teams had opportunities. Both teams had times where they were up. But I just felt like if tactically, I think this is a bad matchup for Klopp's tactics. I just think that Chelsea have figured out Liverpool, their attacking patterns. They figured out the balance of midfield, and they figured out how to create chances and how to really transition as well, and also create space. And again, for Giroud, he may not score goals, but I just think that his ability to coordinate with, whether it be Willian, Hazard, Kovacic, or so forth, is just far better than what Morata brings. But as much as I said, I think with Liverpool, I think it's a case of where something isn't clicking with Salah. Like last season, the reason why I say 15 marks, last season it just seemed as if he was a bit sharper, but something isn't clicking with him. And I think for Firmino and Mane, it just wasn't happening for them. You know, because I just felt that based on how Chelsea, another great defender, Rudiger, awesome, one of the best players on the pitch. I think even if Luis had a pretty decent game, I felt that Mane, Firmino, and Salah could have done more to really create a lot more stuff. But I think you saw in the first half there were isolated incidents that had Salah in a one-on-one situation, but the wrong pass, overhit pass, too much of a touch. He did get that chance, but then Rudiger got back there. So I think for Liverpool, I think the biggest mistake they made is not putting the Ridge on earlier on. I think that he should have been given like 15, 20 to 20 minutes, especially when Chelsea... No, he should be in, because Chelsea scored in the first half, so he should be given at least 20 minutes, knowing that, okay, look, we want to really get in that many openings, it's not really happening for us. He should have been brought to a lot closer to when Shaqiri was brought in, because who knows, Liverpool could have won this game. I think they could have stolen the game if Sturridge was given much more of a chance. But I think for Liverpool, I think they definitely struggled with the way in which Chelsea really moved the ball around. And again, man, I'm not convinced with Henderson. I'm just not convinced with Henderson. I think if you look at matchups, you would argue that there was maybe Henderson versus Kovacic. As far as these are the midfielders who you would look to really create from midfield to attack. And I thought Kovacic had the much better of the game. I think with Kovacic, he just has better ball control, 2-footed, is much more intelligent, picks the right passes, knows how to walk around difficult scenarios on the pitch. And I just think that his superior ability as a footballer really showed up. Henderson, who I think is a pretty decent passer, but he's limited. Footballing wise, he's a limited player. But we'll get to the Ridge. But let's just go back to Chelsea. I mean, look, man, Hazard, man, what can he say? And I think Chelsea, they played really well. This was a really good game from Chelsea, and that's why they should feel pretty pissed off that they didn't walk away as winners. And the goal was unavoidable, because again, that's what, if you're going to lose, if you're going to concede that way. It was not a defensive mistake. It was not someone losing their marking. It was just an absolutely outrageous, amazing goal that came out of nothing. We look at just even the goal that Chelsea scored. I think this is just what Sarri is doing very well. It's one touch, it's quick movements, and it's speed. Because again, once you get your team playing that one-touch football, it's very hard to really stop them down. And I think for Hazard, look, man, that's his left foot. That's dude's left foot. So to get that finish now with a little bit of a bubble down there, I just thought that was absolutely quality by your boy Eden, the guardian of Eden Hazard. And again, man, look, man, so he does he need to do more? Okay, it was only the Carabao Cup. Okay, this is Liverpool's first time. No. He needs to do it against Barcelona and Real Madrid. I mean, come on. So when will people finally say, oh, no, look, sorry, this guy has to be one of the most informed players in the world right now? But my argument is that as of right now, Forget about last 3, 4, 5 years. That's stupid. As of right now, he's top 3. As of right now, okay, let's say in the last 2 months, he's top 3. Last 3 months, he's top 3. So ever since the World Cup up until now, he has to be top 3 best performers in the world, because not only is this guy scoring, he is influencing the game. And I think as well, you look, and I thought that Kante also did really well as well, because the thing with Kante is that you don't want him in attacking positions too much, because again, in those critical attacking positions, you want either a Willian or a Pedro or a Kovacic there who can affect the game in a better way based on their skill sets, attacking wise. But I think for Kante, you look at the brilliance in him, because again, remember that quick free kick, and for Hazard, man, he scores that, it's game over. 2-0, Liverpool don't come back. So again, that was another game changer, because that's another game changer, because I think once Hazard missed that, still at 1-0, it was felt that Liverpool had a chance to get back in the game. But still for Chelsea and Sarri's tactics, I just think that Chelsea defended very well. They defended very well. I think that they dealt with the front 3 threats really well, as in they didn't really allow Liverpool to have that much space. And how many times did you see Salah really create that Robin situation for himself, where he would be able to cut in onto his left and really fire off his shots? Because you could really see that Chelsea really studied the tape on how that front 3 operated. They didn't allow Firmino to really link in the play. They marked Mane well, so Mane couldn't really use his stop and start dribble. And they clamped down on Salah, because they knew that, okay, Salah, he likes to cut in and do that shot from the outside. So the way that they managed the threats that Liverpool posed, I thought was very good from Chelsea. So when Sturridge now comes on, again, for me, I just felt like if Sturridge should have been brought on a lot earlier. But fair enough, he comes on, and you look at that goal. How do you stop that goal? Can Kepa do better? That's just me being. I mean, can Kepa really do better on that goal? He can't, because that reminds me of a Balotelli goal that he scored for AC Milan, where literally it's from a standing start. He viewed it and then he hit it, because you're looking at that thing where it's from so far out. The shot is so accurate. It is the right height and just dips at the right time that it is almost impossible to save it, because it is like a perfectly hit shot, which is why when people say about Sturridge, like the only thing that Kane has over Sturridge is he scores more goals, so therefore he's a better goal scorer. But who is the better player? Sturridge. Who do I have on my team? I have Sturridge on my team, because this guy does. He does the amazing. Like, Kane can't score a goal like that. He just can't. That goal is where your technical ability is on a very high level, because that is a highly technical goal, and it just shows you how talented he is. And this is what I said in my other review preview from the Carabao Cup, that look, man, you have to find a way to fit your boy in this game. You have to find a way to fit Sturridge into the Liverpool team. But back again at Chelsea, man. Again, the issue, because you know what? I'd have kept Giroud for the whole game. It doesn't matter whether he scores or not. I'd have kept Giroud for the whole game, because I just think that he creates safe situations. He creates panic. He creates chaos. Morata had a few nice touches here and there, but it just wasn't popping off for him. It just wasn't popping off, and that's the thing, that he just doesn't. Because again, if you're not scoring, you've got to hold the ball up well. You've got to link well. You've got to bring guys in well. Because Giroud is not scoring, but he does the linking play and bringing other guys in very well. Morata, you don't do that. So I think so it's like, even bringing on Morata, I don't know why Sarri is doing that, because again, this is a game where you're only 1-0 up. You need to get that second goal, and surely, unless Sarri is brilliant, surely that there's a better chance of Chelsea getting the second goal with Giroud on than Morata on. Because once Morata comes on, the likelihood of Chelsea getting another goal shrinks. It shrinks, because he's not going to score, and he's not going to help other guys score. But it's more likely that Giroud will help other guys score. So I don't understand that substitution being made. And look, man, Ross Barkley, look, that's why he's in the Brick Academy. He was somewhat improving, but again, another bad stuff from Sarri. Did you need to make that substitution? Because again, he should have read the high tension on the game, how high tempo it was, how fast it was, and you've got to know that, you know what, the team I have out here is doing pretty well. Was anybody really tired? Was anybody really falling down? once the match is only 1-0, it's only one goal deficit and it's really tight and you're actually tactically doing pretty well, don't change it. Don't change it unless you have to. Don't change it unless somebody is on a yellow card that they could get a red or they're tired. So there was nothing really like that. So really bringing on Barkley or bringing on Morata was a sub that did not have to be missed. I think that's why Sarri flopped on there. Otherwise, it was almost a flawless tactical performance. So yeah, man, look, man, it's a good game, and I think that, you know, Chelsea may have. For me, Chelsea can't win the Premier League title. You know, you cannot win the Premier League title if Giroud and Morata are strikers. It can't happen. And I think another issue is that Hazard is so much better than everyone else. That's a problem. Although Kovacic is doing really well, I think Rudiger and Azpilicueta are amazing defenders. I think Kanse does an amazing job in midfield. Kovacic is improving by every game. I think Kovacic is really hitting the kind of mark that he wants to hit, which is what people saw in his potential. But I think Hazard, he's really that guy. There's nobody that's really doing what Hazard is doing. I think Hazard doesn't really have a batsman to his Robin, really. So, and that's going to be an issue. And Hazard can't single-handedly give Chelsea a Premier League title. That can't happen. But yeah, man. And as for Liverpool, man, Alexander-Arnold, man, wasn't his greatest game. He was to blame for that first goal. But something's happening in Salah. It's just not clicking with him. You know, he's just not sharp enough. And I do think that Klopp has to really think long on the hand and say, let's get out of me being dogmatic. Sturridge needs to be given more time. And even for the next game, just say, you know what, maybe Champions League or something, let me roll with Sturridge, Mane and Salah. Let's just see how that plays. Or let's just roll, you know what, since Firmino is good at bringing guys together, let's roll with Firmino, Sturridge and Mane. Change things up, because do not be afraid to change things up, because the biggest mistake Klopp can make is that, oh my gosh, what worked last season can work this season. Nah, it doesn't work like that. Yeah, man. So good quality game, man. And yeah, man, for Chelsea, man, as good as that performance was, a quality performance, they deserved to win. Morata and Giroud, man, there's only so much you can do with two strikers like that. That's going to be, unless he can fix the problem in January, that is going to be an issue that will plague Chelsea and hold Chelsea back from winning something, because this is a very talented team that's playing fantastic football. So it would be such a shame if they're held back from their potential by not having a quality striker who can really be the icing on the cake. Thank you for watching this video. Think about pledging and become a Half of Football Hot patron. Pledge an amount each month and gain access to exclusive videos from your boy, the Football Hot, for more analysis. Peace.